Hello, everybody. Grand rising, everybody. Hello. Hey, everybody. Grand rising. Such a beautiful morning. Such a beautiful morning it is. I feel happy. I feel excited. And I feel like I need to give a message to our ladies, to my queens. And this message is just so resonating right now, And the reason why I want to talk about it is because basically a lot of women do it and they don't know that they've done it until it's too late. And it can be sad. It can be like it can be very detrimental on a lot of ladies' lives, especially after a certain age, because you feel like you haven't achieved anything, or you gave up your happiness and your youth for someone else. And it's all really behind the reason of love. That word is the most misused and abused word around. A lot of people, a lot of our ladies, we stop giving a care about our futures and what is going to happen for us, and not realizing when. Now, y'all know we talking about relationships, right? Not realizing when you get into a relationship, you shouldn't be giving all of your stuff away. You should not be living so much in the now that you are not even thinking about your future. So basically what happens is, when that relationship is over or done with, or maybe it's never over, maybe an accident or something happens like that, where you no longer have this person in your life, and you realize that, y'all, I'm driving, so I gotta merge. You realize that, hold on now. You realize that you have absolutely nothing to show for it. Nothing at all. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, when you're in a relationship, it shouldn't be all about that anyway. I know people are gonna say that. But when you have invested like so much of your time, y'all, I got this ponytail in, and I hate leaning on it when I'm driving, I be trying to, And so when you are in these relationships and something happens where you no longer have that person, and you're all of a sudden by yourself, you realize that I really have nothing to show for it. What just happened? You just really invested years and years in something, and you have absolutely nothing to show. And I want a lot of women to realize that you don't have to be that way, okay? You don't have to one day wake up and feel as if you're mad, you're upset because the relationship is over. Or say, for example, the relationship is just, you break up and then you find yourself leaving or parting from each other, and you have absolutely nothing to show for it, and you're starting over from scratch, and you basically have less than what you had when you first got into the relationship. We have to be mindful and careful of those things, because a lot of men will steady accumulate things. Most men, if you think about it, they're going to have things to show, and on top of that, they'll be able to move on to the next person without even taking a second thought about it. So we have to be careful when it comes to that, and just make sure we are taking care of ourselves. You know, if it's a husband and wife situation, especially, and things don't go as planned, but you invested all of these years and things in this relationship, and then when you part ways, hopefully you won't, but you know, it happens. It's so very, very, it's like in today's world, divorces are on such a high. And 9 times out of 10, when you part ways, you have nothing to show. You have less than. You're starting from scratch. You have nothing. You have to be careful with that. And it's because you went into it only thinking with the emotion of, well, I love him, and he'll never do that, and he'll make sure I'm taken care of, and blah, blah, blah. But what has been shown, you know, what has been proven to you? Is anything in writing? You know, are you going to be okay? You know, will you be able to move on and pay your bills and, you know, still maintain a certain lifestyle that you have become accustomed to and things like that? Because I know too many of our ladies, oh my goodness, I tell you, look at this car. Too many of our ladies, they go into these relationships and get into these relationships and they just stop thinking about themselves. They stop loving themselves. They stop doing for themselves. They stop thinking about their future. You know, you always have to have a cushion. You always have to have something to fall back on for yourself, because you have to basically take care of you. You know, it's not too many men nowadays who has the mindset of, this is my queen, this is my wife, I'm going to take care of her, I'm going to make sure she has the things that she wants, I'm going to make sure if something was to happen to me that she won't have to worry about all of this and all of that. You don't have too many men that think like that. You have, most of our men think like, it's all about me. Me. What it is, what I'm getting, what is she doing for me? How is she making me feel? What is she showing me? How is she sexing me? Is she making me feel good? You know, and then our women, us, on the other hand, we're doing this and we're doing this and we're doing this. And you're doing this for years and years and years and years. And you're paying for stuff. I mean, you're paying for vacations because you're figuring that's your man. That's your husband. He would do the same for you. Will he? And has he? I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real this morning, y'all. Will he and has he? You know, you are actually showing the things where you are committed because you have, you know, you take the time out to think futuristically. You know, you have certain policies and certain insurances and certain things in place. And then you sit and you say, well, what does he have for you? Do you have a home together? Is the home in both of your names? Did he buy you a home? Did he buy you a car? Are you getting a certain amount of allowance or whatever from him? I mean, something. I mean, what? I'm so serious. What are you getting? And a lot of women don't think about that. All you're getting is a bunch of promises, and you can't live your life that way. And that's how so many of our older women, when they get up in age, they are angry, they are bitter, they are upset, they are mad. And it's because, a lot of times, it's because they have given their all to a man, or more than one, because the first time around they didn't learn their lesson. And in the end, they are stuck with the short stick, you know? Again, starting over from scratch, and everything that was gained was really on the opposite end. And I just want our women, really, I'm so serious, y'all. I want our women to stop thinking this way. You have to put your game plan in place and keep it in place. You have to do that. It's an absolute must. And if, you explain these things, and if the gentleman or whatever, here I am on my ponytail again, y'all. If the gentleman or whatever has an issue with that, that's because he has ill intentions, or he never even planned on making sure that you were okay. Because remember, it's about him and him being gratified, not you. We have to get out of that state of mind where women are looked on as less than, as secondary, as put on the back burner, as always being put off for last over everything else. That has to stop. You truly have to, have a plan, have your goals, all of those different things, and work them, because no one's going to look out for you. No one is going to look out for you. That has been proven so many times, countless of years. Even before women got into the work industry and they were the stay-at-home moms and wives, they were always treated as second class, as what you're doing doesn't matter, as I'm the man and you're just the peasant, and things like that. And and you still have a lot of men that thinks that way. They think women are really just something to procreate and do what they're told. Slavery is over, guys. Slavery is over. That is, to me, another way of slavery, and I don't care. I look at it that way, and everything, the work that you do at home is looked at as non-work. It's looked at as, so what, it doesn't matter. And what bills are you paying? Even though, if it was to be looked at in the logical way, you're really paying all of the bills: the laundry, the dishes, the housekeeping, the child care. I could go on and on and on and on and on. I swear I can. Because it's just not looked at that way. Women are looked at as, you get what you get, and whenever I decide to give you something, that's when you're gonna get it. It's never, you have to make sure that things are really being put into place, because you have a lot of people that will say that they have these plans. A lot of these men, I'm telling you guys, I'm so serious, they'll say that they have these plans and what they're going to do and all of this. They'll even go to the point of writing it down, and then it's 8 years later and that plan hasn't even started. So let's not fall for that. Let's just not fall for that. So to just prevent yourself from having a bitter, harder future, make sure that you are basically making sure that your purse is full in the event of an unforeseen circumstance, because it's hard to start over. And usually it's the woman that's starting over with the kids, because most of the time she has children. And the man will pretty much say, yeah, you can take the kids, because it's making it easier on him. Seriously, it's easier on him. It's making it easier on him. So you really have, and I don't want to say children are burdened, but you have really the burden of it all, because now you have to do double fold. And then the icing on the cake is you're starting over from scratch, and you have nothing to show for it. And all of those years and all of that time that you invested in someone, you have less than what you had when you first started. And it's just not fair. So you have to make sure that you're not being in that situation or being put in that situation, period. That's just how it is. If someone cannot show you how they are, if someone cannot put the words or show you a piece of paper, or so say, look baby, this is what I've done for you, And you already, again, like I said, you already know that you have done a whole lot for this person. I mean, a whole lot. Don't fall for the okie doke when it comes to being deceived. Oh, my stuff all sliding all over back there. Don't fall for the okie doke. You know, ask yourself, if this was to be over tomorrow, what will I have to show? What have I gained? Am I put in a place where I'm not going to have to worry about how I'm going to make ends meet? Look at if you are starting up your own business. See how that person reacts to you doing this. See how, look at the body language. Pay attention to the body language. See if they've offered to invest in your business, or, you know, buy products or whatever. Invest any type of way. Ask yourself those questions. See if they ask you, or how do you feel about it? How was your week with, you know, your business? And not just ask, well, how much money are you making off of it? Did you make, you know, because in that way, it's like they're trying to keep tabs on what you're doing and how much money you got coming in. You know, it's a sneaky way. That's a sneaky way of doing that. That is a sneaky way of doing that. You know, they always want to know. They always want to be in the know, but they are not doing anything to help you succeed with that. And it can also be where they are so selfish where, you know, instead of you spending time working on your business and working on you and improving, they expect for you to spend all of your extra time or all of your time instead of doing that with them, because they're selfish. And all they are thinking about is themselves. They are selfish. All they think about is themselves and what they can get out of it. Because a person like that is not, I'm so serious, is not thinking about your future. A person like that is really not thinking about your future. Not at all. They're thinking about what they can get from you, how much they can use you, and not do for you at the same time. How much they can get from you, how much they can use you, and how much they are not doing for you all at the same time. So it just doesn't make sense. So queens, please pay attention, you know, to your future. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to be older, you know, all of a sudden you're 40, 45, 50, and you've been in this relationship and you really have nothing to show, and that person can care less because they may already have their home, they may already have this, they may already have that. Say, for example, if you moved in with a man and he already had his own property and everything, and the plan was for you guys to buy a home or invest in something together. It could be anything, and that plan never came to light, but in the long run, he still has all of his investments, his home, his this, his that, his this, his that, and you don't have anything. And then of course you guys may split. You have to start all over, even though you've been doing all of these things like just consistently for this person, consistently, and then in the end you have nothing to show. Don't put yourself in that situation. It's not a fun situation. It's not a happy situation. And you definitely deserve better. Go out, enjoy yourself, enjoy your life, enjoy your situations. Just enjoy improving on you. Have fun. Mix and mingle with others. You know, don't just be like, okay, it's all about him, and then you guys have kids. Okay, it's all about him and the kids, and then you know you're not giving yourself any love. It's all about living for someone else. What type of life is that? What type of life is that? Come on, my ladies, my queens. We have to do better than that. We have to do better than that. You know, we were not just put here, or we are not here to just marry and breed. We are so much more than that. We are not here just for sexual pleasure and satisfying everyone else, you know. As ladies, we're born, we're taught to always be dainty, to always be proper, to always be pretty and all of that. And then, you know, we're taught to find a good husband, marry a husband, always be nice, always be sweet, always be this, always be that. We're programmed, really. Always, always, always do for others, do for others. And then when you have your husband, you have children, and then that is what your main focus is. Marry your husband, cater to his every need, have his children cater to their every need, and forget about yourself. You don't matter. No, you don't matter. Is that how you really want to live? Is that what you really see your worth as? No, I'm not saying that being with the right type of person is the idea, because that's an ideal situation if you're with the right type of person and you're not wanting for things, and you know that your future is taken care of, and you know that he really has your best interest in mind and the future of you and your children, then that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story, guys. I tell you, that's a whole nother story. But it's not common nowadays. It's just truly not common. And if you're smart, if you are in that ideal situation with that type of man, most women who are in that situation and has the type of man that will do those things for them or are doing those things for them, those women usually end up starting their own businesses and working from home, doing their own businesses in order to not only, you know, have something of their own, but to also show their children, you know, a great example of, okay, what is he doing? Show your children a great example of, especially your daughters, and also actually your sons as well. What the heck is going on here? I don't think that. Okay. Well, anyway, I don't know. Show your sons and your daughters an example of how life can be, how life is wonderful, but only if you are with the right type of person and you both have the right state of mind. So very important. So very important. So ladies, make sure you are taking care of you, because, you know, if you have to do all of these things and still go out and work, and then that man is looking at you like, okay, you need to pay this, you need to pay that, you need to pay this, you need to do that, and then you're doing it, right? And plus more, you're doing all of those things, okay? And then you have to come home and still work. Then you have to please him. And 9 times out of 10, you could be pleasing him, but he still want to be with somebody else anyway, because, you know, it's just different. You know, you're doing all of these things, but he'll still cheat. He'll still do all of those things, even though you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. So you don't want to set yourself up for failure, you know. You don't want to set yourself up for failure. Prevention is key. Paying attention to certain things, paying attention to the signs, knowing your worth, knowing that you two are capable and able, knowing that you two are worthy of the best, and not letting anyone play down on that. Anyone. You know, prepare yourself. Always think of, if this was the end, what will I have to show? What will I have to do? Will I be comfortable? Will it be an easy transition? Or will it be, I have to start over from scratch? I don't have anything to show. All I have is was the time that I invested in this person, and now all of my time is gone. I can't get it back, and now I'm mad. Now I'm bitter. I have to start over. And it's always, you know, so much harder for the woman to start over than the man, because 9 times out of 10, he already started over with someone else anyway. Y'all know, because y'all know, y'all see this or hear about it every single day. Y'all know y'all do. So I just want to make sure that my queens are aware of certain situations and not falling for the okie doke and not getting so caught up in this word called love, because it is being misused. It is being misused. It puts people in the mind state of, just because someone can say, I love you, that everything else is going to be okay. If that's the case, okay, I love you. I love you, baby. You know, see how easy that is? And it can be very convincing. You know, I love you, baby. Hey, honey, I miss you. Hey, I love you. But if you're not showing and doing the actions, you know, what does that mean? It means absolutely nothing. I just want to share this quick little video. It wasn't even supposed to be this long, but it ended up being this long. But I'm so serious, guys. I got to back in, y'all know. I'm so serious about that. Don't fall for the okie doke from these people that really don't have your best interest, you know. They don't even have your safety in mind. You know, you could be driving or going somewhere or traveling, or it could be a storm outside and snow and all sorts of stuff going on, and they don't even bother to call to check in on you because they ain't got so used to you being there that they ain't even realize you ain't home yet. Stuff like that. Ooh, I can't see nothing. So just be careful, guys. No one deserves all of you. Oh, it got like the light is shining, and they're not giving you anything in return. Other than that, I'll have a great day. Bye, everybody.